As noted, the development of the biblical story after 1 Kings 10:14 is the reversal and the unraveling and the undoing of the building up of all of the blessings that were being given to Israel up until that point. So we have Genesis 12 through 1 Kings 10:13, building up of blessings given to Israel so that she can be a blessing to the nation, so that she can be a kingdom of priests through whom all the families of the earth will be blessed. 1 Kings 10:14 then and onwards, all of those blessings start unraveling and falling apart. The kingdom is lost, the land is lost, the temple is burned, the priests go into exile, the presence of God himself departs from the temple before it gets destroyed. But as also noted, not all is lost. The Sabbath blessing is still there, the Torah is still there, the promised coming seed, the Son, the Messiah, the prophet, priest, and king yet to come is still, those promises are still there. God's covenants with the patriarchs are there, and in some sense, covenant is just a particular form of a promise. And if all else was lost, God's promises endure. Even if the Torah was lost, and kind of like it seems to have been around the time of King Josiah before it got rediscovered, if God made the promise, even if humans have forgotten the promise, if God made the promise, his word and his promise endures forever. So as long as the promise is there, there's still hope. And if God promised that Abraham, that he would be a blessing to all the families of the earth, and if God promised to Israel that she would be a treasured possession and a kingdom of priests, and if God promised to David a forever kingdom and a son to sit on the forever throne, then God's going to find a way to make it happen. So as all of this unfolds and brings us into the children of Israel being sent into exile in Babylon, we now will turn our attention to the exilic and post-exilic books, Daniel in particular, with the nation of the descendants of the sons of Israel out of the land, no temple, no Shekinah presence with them, but clinging to, at least some of them, clinging to the promises of God and to the Torah. And it's time that we turn to Daniel and see how this mess can be salvaged, how a great God can turn mankind's mess, and what kind of plans God may have to turn this around and salvage the promises that God has made to the patriarchs, in particular, with the hope of fulfilling his original plan in the beginning. If God is faithful to his promises, he's certainly faithful to his own plans. And so if he planned from the beginning to fill the earth with his image-bearing worshipers so that God and man could live together in harmony with all creation, peace and love and joy, then he's going to find a way to bring it to pass. Let's turn to Daniel next and see what God might have up his sleeve.